I'm Barbara Harrison. I'm so glad to be with all of you today for this always exciting and heart-lifting occasion. I've been joining the judges here at the court for over 30 years for this joyous celebration. This year we come together again for Adoption Day to hear from some of the 2021 adoptive families in our community.
Hi everybody, and happy Adoption Day. My name's Mary, and this is my wife Ariel.
This is Malcolm, and that's Simon.
I gave birth to Simon, and Ariel adopted him on November 12, 2019.
I gave birth to Malcolm, and Mary adopted him on November 12, 2021.
So November 12th is our family's Adoption Day.
We decided to adopt the boys because it was the only way that we could both have equal parental rights, no matter where we are.
And to formalize what we already knew was our family.
We're really thankful to live in a place where we have this option, and we're hopeful for a time when it won't be necessary.
You got anything to add, Simon?
Do you want to say hi?
Happy Adoption Day.
During the past fiscal year, 186 children were adopted here in the District of Columbia. That's more than in any one of the past 4 years. And 118 of those children were adopted out of foster care.
Thanks, Barbara. We're so appreciative that you and the 2021 adoptive families have joined us today. For those of you tuning in virtually, you should know that Barbara Harrison has hosted Adoptions Day since the first court ceremony 35 years ago. Barbara's passion and her commitment to these children and for these children is absolutely unparalleled. We could not do this event without her.
It's wonderful to see how happy the children are, and of course, to hear how much joy and pride their new families express.
I like being adopted because I have this sister here, and then I have another brother and sister.
I like it because I have one brother here, and I have another two brothers and two sisters.
Yeah.
I have two brothers. I have a brother that's little and a brother that's big.
Yeah. And here, and who else do we love that we know because of adoption? We have Miss Lisa Parker, our social workers, and Janima, and our CASA.
And Melly.
Our CASA.
Yep. And Christina. Amu.
All of the people. Our families are so big, right?
Yeah. And I'm talking.
Okay.
Amu and Mommy and Mama and Mama and me.
Yeah. And that's your family,
it's
right?
It's a big family, right?
Yeah.
And our great grandfather.
And our great grandma.
Great grandfather and great, and then great, and then great, and great.
Do you love having a great big family?
Great.
Do you love having a great big family?
Yeah, and great grandma.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Adoption Day 2021. My name is Shaughnessy Sellers, and I am an Assistant Attorney General in DC. I'm also one of the fine professionals who have the pleasure of working with you throughout this wonderful journey. I'm absolutely honored to be a part of this joyous occasion with you. Adoption Day to me is when people of different backgrounds, beliefs, and cultures come together and celebrate in their shared love of children. Adopting a child may not be the easiest road, but it is certainly the most rewarding. In the cases that I've been involved in, being adopted is truly the turning point in a child's life, as they are surrounded by love, and it gives them peace in knowing that they have found their forever family. Today and every day, I applaud you for bringing a child into your loving home and creating a family. You should be extremely proud of what you have accomplished. I hope you all share your adoption story with the world and continue to be an inspiration to your new family member. Let's all do our part in helping children receive the love and care they deserve. Happy Adoption Day!
This is usually where everybody meets before the event, right?
That's right.
And we get our pictures taken all together.
Yes, it's such a fun time when we all come together to
Oh,
celebrate the kids, and
know.
quite frankly, get to see a lot of our colleagues who come out
Well,
for it.
A lot of the judges tell me that they do not want to miss this day.
That's right. This is the most exciting day in the courthouse. Of course, we have a lot of complex issues that we deal with in the court, so we're excited for all the happy moments that we have.
And the judges really seem to get to know the kids, don't they, as they go through the process of adoption?
Absolutely. The judges sometimes spend a year or two or more with some kids who are looking for forever homes, and so they're so excited when the
Wow.
kids are placed.
Wow. Let me tell those of you watching, seeing the stories of families coming together will surely touch your heart. Definitely put a smile on your face, probably bring a few tears of joy to your eyes, and I bet what you hear today just might bring out a few laughs. You're in for a treat.
Hi, we are the Blackmans. I'm Glenda Williams Blackman.
I'm Sydney Horn Blackman. What's your name?
The Bobby Blackman.
This is Zyla Blackman, Zion Blackman. Put your hand down.
Jason Blackman.
Robert Horn Blackman. Hi, we come to tell you about the importance of adoption. I started out adopting my cousin, who is Jabari. Jabari was adopted a couple of years ago. Jabari was the only child. My children are adults. And then I felt that he was lonely and he needed other friends, playmates. So then came Jason and Zion. They were brothers and they came to me together. Jason and Jabari was adopted last year. After I adopted Jason and Zion, I found out that they had a little baby sister that was born, which is Zyla. So Zyla is being adopted now. Just a little something about them. Zyla is the joy of our life. She is very, very loving.
She
makes our family complete. And she's
very sweet.
and smart. She learns fast.
Very.
Yes, and she really completed our family.
Yep, she's the dance machine of the family.
Yes, she is. Jason, do you want to say anything about your sister?
Yes, I love my family. And I love my sister too. And I appreciate my family for loving me.
Thank you. Okay, Zion, do you have anything to say about your sister?
And I'm glad to be a black man.
Okay. What do you want to say about your sister? Say, I love my sister. And I'm taking care of her. You going to take care of your sister? And you going to protect her? Okay. What do you want to say about your sister, Jabari?
Oh,
Do you love your
you
sister?
love your sister?
Are
you her protector?
I'm going to
Say
protect my
yes so they
sister.
can hear you, Jabari.
Say yes.
I'm going to
Look up.
protect my sister
Are you
with
her
all
protector?
my might. I don't care.
Okay, Sydney, what do you want to say about your sister?
She's my bestie. She's like a mini version of me. She's very loving. She helps do a lot. Yeah, she's just joy.
Robin, what you want to say about?
Well, this little baby right here, what can you not say about her? She is so sweet. She brings joy to your life. She's just the specialest thing it could be.
And we love her so much.
And we're glad she's a black.
She's a black and we're glad for Adoption Day. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And we hope this helped people realize that adoption really works and it makes the children proud and happy to have a family. As you see, that someone cares about them and loves them. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, I'm Pat Lawson-Muse. During the past year, 186 children were adopted in the District of Columbia. That's more than in any of the past 4 years. 118 of those children were adopted out of foster care. Today, we celebrate those working to find forever homes for local children and the wonderful families who find their lives forever changed. Joining us is our former NBC4 colleague, Barbara Harrison, who for decades brought us Wednesday's Child and stories about the amazing children and families who adopted them. Also with us is Judge Andrea Hertzfeld, an associate judge at D.C. Superior Court. Welcome, ladies. Good to have you with us.
Great to be here, Pat. Good to see you.
Good morning, Pat. Thank you for having us.
Certainly. Judge Hertzfeld, on Saturday, November 20th, you marked the 35th annual D.C. Adoption Day. Tell us about this year's celebration.
Yes, well, the court is very excited about this year's celebration. It is our 35th annual Adoption Day. This is the second year we've had to do it a little bit differently because of the pandemic. So it's going to be marked virtually again. We have some really terrific families who participated in adopting children over the course of this last year, and they'll be celebrating with some video tributes and various other things as a way to just celebrate the fact that we had such an exciting and productive year with finding children their forever homes.
Barbara, News 4 viewers know this was a passion of yours for so many years. Tell us about your involvement this year.
Well, you know, Pat, this is my 35th year being involved. I was there the very first Adoption Day in Court ceremony, which was 35 years ago. And every year I get so excited in November, which is National Adoption Month, because I know we will have this celebration. The numbers have grown. I am so impressed that they were able to accomplish so many adoptions during this pandemic year. I know it wasn't easy for families to get into the court to finalize their adoptions. And there are a lot of kids who are going to be participating in the event this year virtually. We did it, as you may remember, Pat, last year virtually too, and NBC4 did a story about that. So I'm very excited to always be called to join.
Judge Hertzfeld, we know it takes a village to rear a child and certainly a village to make Adoption Day happen. To what do you attribute the number of children adopted in the district during the past fiscal year, more than in any of the previous 4 years?
Well, I think the one thing that we really have to acknowledge is how many people are working so hard behind the scenes to make sure that these children do find their forever homes. Of those 186 adoptions you mentioned, 118 of those were children that were adopted out of foster care, which means that we have the Child and Family Services Agency, lots of lawyers, lots of private adoption agencies working very hard to make sure that these children are able to find their forever homes. And the courts worked really hard since the beginning of the pandemic to make sure that we can keep our operations moving and that we keep these very important cases moving forward so that these children can be placed. We've had challenges in terms of making sure we have the infrastructure to move forward with things virtually. And it turns out we've had wonderful people at the court who've worked really hard on the IT and other sides to ensure that we judges are able to sit and preside over hearings. Every adoption that I handled this year, and I had dozens and dozens of children in front of me that were able to find homes, every one of them was handled virtually, just like we're doing right now. So there's a lot of credit to go around for people who worked to make that a possibility and to sort of carve out a new way forward in difficult pandemic circumstances.
And how many children in the D.C. Child and Family Services Agency are seeking adoptive parents right now?
I don't know the answer to that question, Pat, but I know that we have so many that are looking for good homes. Certainly one of the things that we really try to focus on in Adoption Day is getting the community's involvement in celebrating these placements for children and recognizing that there continues to be a need for potential adoptive parents to come forward and adopt these children. I think there's a phone number across the bottom of the screen for people who are interested in getting involved in this great project and taking these children in to be able to call.
Barbara, you've done so many stories. What's one of your most memorable adoption stories?
Well, I have so many. I don't want to start with it, but I do want to tell you one thing that I found really amazing. Judge Hertzfeld actually was just new on the court when we had Adoption Day. I think it was last year or the year before. And she jumped in, and she can tell you about this, and handled an adoption with a child. And you may remember this from our virtual celebration last year, who was adopted by a wonderful, wonderful mom who hadn't expected to get a young child. And she talked about him being her little Charlie Brown. And do you remember that, Judge Hertzfeld?
Oh, absolutely. That was one of the most exciting proceedings that I had. I always tell people when they're in front of me for adoptions, there's no job on the bench that you can do that's more joyful than the moment a family comes together for an adoption and that child gets their forever home. So I certainly remember that one very well. It was very early in the pandemic, and the little boys had a Disney World celebration that had to be canceled because of COVID. So it was very exciting to see that family still get to at least come together and be made a complete family that day.
Greetings. I'm Robert L. Matthews, and I proudly serve as the Acting Director for DC's Child and Family Services Agency. I would like to celebrate all of the 2021 adoptive families during this time, National Adoption Month. I would like to thank all of the incredible staff at CFSA, all of the social workers, the family support workers, along with resource parents for their commitment in helping children achieve permanency through adoption. I'd like to acknowledge Mayor Muriel Bowser, the Honorable Anita Josie Hearing, the DC Superior Court, and countless others who helped to build support around these families during this time. Again, to all of the children and the adoptive families for 2021, I congratulate you through this process. I know it's been tedious for some, but I know that you are so great in helping children find a forever family. It is my firm belief that all children in the District of Columbia deserve a safe and permanent home. So again, thank you to all of those who have helped support families during this time. And again, happy National Adoption Month.
I want to thank the judges, but also all the others who are involved in the adoption process. The social workers, the attorneys for the children, biological parents, the Assistant Attorneys General for DC, the counselors, and of course a special shout out to the adoptive parents and the wonderful children adopted this year.
Hello everybody! We're the Migos! Happy Adoption Day, Jaden!
I'm Carlos.
I'm Kim.
I'm Jade.
I'm Elena. I'm Joshua.
I'm Javier.
I'm Harmony.
And this is Jaden. Can you tell us your name? What's your name? Jaden Mako. Jaden Mako, how old are you?
2.
You're 2. Good job. The question that we're going to answer today is, was Jaden or is Jaden our first adoption?
No.
Jaden is actually our 6th adoption. We have a total of 10 children.
7 boys and 3 girls.
Jaden is the baby of the bunch, and he's super spoiled. Our children's ages range from 27 to 2. Jaden came to us during the pandemic, which was a very sad time, but he gave us all a reason to smile. Jaden is actually super smart. He just turned 2 October 25th, and he knows his ABCs. He knows his numbers. We're working on letters and colors, and we're working on potty training. Jaden, can you get a chip? Okay? Can you tell me what letter Jade has?
I.
S. What about Javier?
M.
M. What about Josh?
A.
A. What about Elena?
R.
R. What about Harmony?
A. G.
A G. Yay! Jaden is super smart, guys. And these are the letters that we had a little bit difficulty with, but he knows it. What's that?
A. P.
A P.
A. G.
A G.
A. Zebra.
A zebra. Z. And
Q.
a Q. Yay! Happy Adoption Day, everybody. Bye.
Greetings to all and happy Adoption Day. My name is Tara Fentress, and I'm a magistrate judge in the Family Court of the Superior Court of the District of Columbia. Congratulations to all of the families who have adopted this year. Since this time last year, I believe I've finalized almost 30 adoptions, and there's nothing like celebrating with a family who is just adopted, a child who runs up and gives you a big hug or prepares a thank you card just for that special day. So today we celebrate multiple families. This is my favorite month besides my birthday month. And so we are happy, happy, happy. And again, wishing you all the best. Congratulations to all of these families. Happy love, happy life, happy Adoption Day.
The paths of this year's adoptive families are simply amazing. Hopefully those of you watching will be inspired by their heartwarming stories. and will consider opening your hearts and homes to children in need of forever families.
Do the judges kind of move through different aspects of the law in the courthouse?
Yes.
When do you get them here? Were you ever not in the family court?
I was in the family court for so long, people think that's all I did. I was there for 8 years, but actually 9. There was an additional year, but I've been in the criminal division, the civil division. I was in the civil division for 7 years. So we rotate from division to division, and we do it really based on the needs of the court.
Hi, we're the Austins.
Hello, how you doing today? We're here talking about adoption, and adoption is a good thing. I'm glad that we did it. And to anyone that wants to adopt, it's definitely worth it. You got anything to say?
Nothing but go adoption. Best thing ever.
Go adoption.
This 35th annual adoption ceremony and celebration is being presented virtually just as it was last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Last year, Barbara graciously hosted adoptive families in her home because we could not be here together in the court. The virtual ceremony was intimate and really conveyed the joy of officially uniting these families. This year, we have well over 150 families who adopted nearly 200 children.
Hi, everybody. We are the Millers. This is Mosny.
Martha, you want to say hi?
Hi.
We adopted Mosny in July of 2021, and we've actually been licensed foster parents in DC for 7 years. Mosny is actually the 4th child we've had the privilege of caring for. And we started out this journey like many of you. We just wanted to adopt and expand our family, but we learned that other things were at play, and through some of the growth of loving our other kids as if they were our own biological children, but then also having to see them transition and experiencing that heartbreak, we really have learned to redefine family for us. Yeah, choo-choo train. We've really learned to redefine family for us and how our family has grown to include not only our kids that we've cared for, but also their birth families, their birth parents, and to see the youth that have transitioned thrive so well is just a blessing to us.
If you're considering being a foster parent, I would definitely say just go ahead and do it. We need you. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything. We certainly didn't know a lot before we started, but there are so many families and youth that need your support to help bridge the gap for them so that the families can be reunited. So if you're willing to go on a journey and definitely allow yourselves to grow in ways you couldn't think of, then definitely consider being a foster parent.
Is this the happiest area, the children and the families, family court?
Absolutely.
Well, I guess it comes to adoption.
Yes.
But you probably have some sad things too in this court.
Yes, in the family court.
And I know that you are actually the top judge here.
I'm the chief judge now. I worked my way up. It's not exactly that process, but yes, I am now the chief judge. Of course, there are many things that are very sad in the court system and even in the family court, as you mentioned, but Adoptions Day is something that we look forward to every single year.
And I do too. I'm always happy that you invite me to come. The stories and the love we see in these families is so moving, so heartwarming. And as those of you watching gather around your Thanksgiving table next week, I hope that some of you will consider fostering and/or adopting a child. The excitement and abundant love that you see and hear is real. It's the joy of a new family being created, or perhaps an existing family being expanded to include a new member and a lot more love.
So, hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
This is Daryl, and you are, what's your name?
Princess Kalea Eileen Mugg.
Yes, and this is my daughter. And who am I?
Daryl.
Who am I to you?
You're my daddy girl.
I am, yes. So Princess and I started our relationship almost 4 years ago. She was about 1. Just before she became 1 year old, I met her and her biological family through a mutual friend. And I was invited to consider adopting. And so we went down that road and we did. What do you like most about being home with Daddy?
I like to watch TV.
Oh my goodness, you don't watch a lot of TV, do we? No. What else you watch? What else you like doing?
I like PJ Masks.
PJ Masks. And what else?
And Super Monsters.
And what else you like to do?
I like to do my deep breaths.
You do your deep breaths. When do you do your deep breaths?
And take myself together.
To get yourself together. So when you're getting a little out of control, you take deep breaths so you can get in control? Yeah. What do you like? Are you in school?
Yeah.
You are?
I'm at kindergarten.
You are. What school do you, what's your school? What do you do at your school?
I do my numbers.
Numbers, and what else?
And coloring.
Coloring, and anything else?
And writing my name.
Your name. Did you do spelling words?
Yes.
And how did you do on your spelling words?
I did it on rat.
Did you get all your spelling words right?
Yes, I did.
You did. How many weeks in a row?
Probably like 20.
No, it's only been 3 weeks. Silly one. What else do we do together? What else you like doing when we do stuff together?
I like to eat pizza.
You do like to eat pizza. Do you eat your greens?
Yes, I do.
And your peas? Green beans?
Yeah.
And carrots?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You do really well, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't like the green beans.
Yes, you do. Why? You always ask for them.
I don't like them.
Oh, well, I don't know. You still have to eat them sometimes, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you eat your fruit?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite fruit?
Watermelon.
Really? Is it? I didn't know that. What other fruit do you like?
I like some kind of fruit snack.
The fruit snacks. Oh, okay. What about apples?
No.
You don't? I thought you liked when we get the apple slices.
No, I liked it when I wanted to go to church.
Oh, so when you go to church, you like to have the apple slices at church?
Mhm.
Okay. What about oranges? Don't you like the oranges?
Yes, I do.
You do? Yeah, I thought so. What do you like to drink?
I like to drink apple juice.
Apple juice and water and peach juice.
I don't think I love peach juice.
Hey, you know what? So we're saying hello to everybody because we are an adopted family and we're very happy to have each other, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, and I love my baby girl. She's wonderful.
Thank
She is
you.
really... You're welcome. She's
Yes.
one of the...
You're sweet.
You're sweet, honey. She's one of the best things that's ever happened to me to make life better. So you want to sing the people a little bit of a song?
Yes.
Which one?
I know.
Okay, go on.
I know. My Redeemer lives. I know. My Redeemer lives. And all creation testify. There's no way I know. My Redeemer lives.
That's so wonderful. We sing that a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
And what else? Do we sing anything else? I know who I am. I know who I am.
I know who I am. I'm yours, and you are mine. Jesus, you are mine.
You are mine. Jesus, you are mine. Yeah, that's a little bit of a song that we sing too, don't we?
We sing that when we go to bed.
Yeah, we sing that. That's one of our nighttime songs too, along with our prayers and everything. So let's say thank you.
Thank you.
To everybody that helped us be a family.
And get our video.
And get the video done. And so we want to say thank you so much
and
to...
And they were the awesomer kids.
Oh, that's a TV show, yeah. So thank you to the courts. Thank you to our judges. Thank you to our lawyers. Thank you to our guardian ad litem, Murphy. Thank you to all the people that helped, to our church, yeah, and all of our family and friends that have been supportive of us.
Kids.
And the kids too, yes. All right.
And on rocks
All right.
at the beach.
All right. You want a kiss? Okay, where's mine? Where's mine? Hey, where's mine? Oh, my sweetie. You silly girl. Thank you, honey. I love you. Love you always. You're my baby forever. Right?
Thank you. I'm gonna turn on the TV now.
All right, we're gonna turn on the TV now, and then it's time for get our bath and get ready for bed, right? Bye bye. Thanks, everybody.
That's enough. It's enough. It's enough.
I was the GAL for a client who was in foster care for several years when he was young. During that time, he lived with the same foster parent the whole time. His case ultimately closed when he went to go live with a family member. Unfortunately, several months after his case closed, he came back into foster care. From the moment I did the first client visit with him in the new case, he vehemently advocated to be replaced with his former foster parent, whom he considered family. We were able to get him back with that foster parent in about a week, but his strong, fierce advocacy did not stop there. He continued to be a very active voice in his case for the years to come, writing letters for me to attach to my court reports to share with the judge and other attorneys about his wishes to be adopted by the foster mother, videotaping himself with his therapist so he could express his wishes about being adopted by the foster parent in that way, and then actually even testifying in his own trial about his permanency goal. At the adoption finalization hearing with the foster parent, and again, this was in pre-pandemic times, there were speeches, there were cupcakes, tears all around, but the most memorable part was the client standing up with the judge in the courtroom, reading his own adoption decree aloud to make the foster mother, who had always felt like family, his legal family.
Join me in thanking everyone who helped to make this day possible. The judges, social workers, parents, and children, attorneys, the prosecutors, foster parents, counselors, court and agency employees, and the adoptive parents.
Joining us now is Daryl Moak, who is an adoptive parent, and our former NBC4 colleague Barbara Harrison is with us. Daryl, you have a beautiful little girl named Princess. Tell us what's been the best thing about becoming her dad, becoming an adoptive parent.
You know, there's so many things, but the joy of just having her with me, knowing that she's going to have opportunities at life that may have been challenging, may have been different. We don't know what the story might have been, but at least I can be a part of helping to bring out her gifts and her talent, her beauty, her brilliance, and share that with the world. I think that to be able to shape that is a gift and a blessing. And she's such a joy that she has forever changed my life. And so I have a forever daughter, and which is, you know, what I told her when the adoption was completed. I've introduced the idea to her so it wouldn't shock her later, and told her that I get to be her forever dad. And so that was wonderful. She doesn't know any different, but it's a joy to have her.
She's a beautiful little girl. Barbara, you've done stories, so many stories about children like little Princess, not only when they are adopted, but after they grow up. And you've told the stories of how adoption and foster parenting has changed the children's lives and the lives of the parents.
Yes, I have, and I still get letters and emails from kids who are, well, they're now grown up, who want to get in touch. Many would like to see their old videos if they remember having made. It's so exciting for me to know how well so many of these kids have done after being adopted. We've, as you said, done some stories that have run on NBC4. I think you can still see them on NBC Washington. When you see these adults talk about how much it meant to them to go to a family that loved them, and incidentally, Pat, many of them ask me even when they're little, were you adopted? And I have to say I was not adopted, but I know what it means to have wonderful, loving parents who are there for you, and that's what you're going to have now. And it seems to really help the kids to know that, hey, I'm moving into a place that's really going to be special for me. And then to hear back later that they actually agree that that's what happened.
Yeah, it makes all the difference. Daryl, what would you tell others who are considering adopting or becoming foster parents?
I would definitely say that it is a beautiful, wonderful thing, and that if you have the capacity of heart to love a child and the capacity of mind to be ready to mold them and shape and carry them through their life and the space in your home, that you should definitely do it. There are so many children that need loving homes. And I want to point out that all the children, sometimes in my case, adoptions aren't just because the parents, they're unloved, because my daughter definitely was loved by her biological family, but they were unable to do it. So that knowing there's going to be love and knowing there's going to be support is the key for them. And I think if you can give a child a home, that it is the best gift that you can give to yourself. It's more of a blessing, I think, to me. I hope it'll be a blessing for her, and time will tell, but it has definitely made my life better and made me a better person for being able to be a parent and to be a father, even as a single dad. You know, there are so many things to deal with, but
Yes.
I wouldn't change it for anything.
Barbara, I know this will put you on the spot, but do you have a favorite story? Was there a favorite adoption story of all those stories you've told?
Well, that does put me on the spot because there are so many, Pat, so many. And sometimes I go back and I look through the ones that are still on NBC Washington, and I remember what it was like. In fact, we have run some of those stories again when I've met the older people, the ones who were filmed 20, 30 years before. And I always remember what it was like meeting them the first time, these wonderful little faces, bright and hopeful. And I hope that we can answer the prayers of other children who are out there waiting now, especially through this pandemic period where there haven't been as many families coming forward, or at least that they don't know they can come forward, but now they know they can. We're going to give them that number, Pat. You have it, right?
Yes, we do. And actually, we've been showing it throughout this interview. Thank you, Barbara, so much for being with us. And Daryl, congratulations to you and to little Princess. And we hope that you have a wonderful and blessed holiday season.
Thank you. So to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pat.
All right, Barbara. It only takes a heart full of love to make it happen, and what a joy to see that. Thanks again, Barbara and Daryl. And if you or someone you know is interested in learning more about adoption in the District of Columbia, please call 202-671-LOVE. And we encourage you to give a child a chance by giving a child a home.
My name is Lucy Osakwe James. I'm one of the attorneys here at the DC Court, representing adoptive parents throughout the adoption process. That process typically starts with the filing of the necessary paperwork, moving on to the adoption trial and any appeals, and working alongside the agency to ensure that all necessary services are in place to ensure a smooth and successful adoption. I have been in this line of work for over 20 years and have found it to be truly satisfying and fulfilling to help put families together and help these young, vulnerable children achieve permanency. Adoption Day in court is truly the best part of my job. This is when all of the hard work, the sleepless nights, trying to prepare for trials and to meet court deadlines come together, and you get to sit back and enjoy the process of helping a child find a forever home. Congratulations to all of the families.
Of course, we all know that in addition to the parents, the real stars of this day are the children. Throughout their journey toward home, they have been resilient, hopeful, and strong. And yes, today we celebrate the children and their new families.
Hi, we're the Williams, and we decided to adopt King Robinson and make him a part of our family. And we're just so thrilled to have him.
He is a bundle of joy to us, and the kids love him. And I would tell anyone, if they decide to adopt, talk about it with your family, because kids need love too.
If there's anyone watching this celebration who's at all interested in learning more about adoption here in the District of Columbia, please call the Child and Family Services Agency at 202-671-LOVE. Again, 202-671-LOVE. Please give a child a chance by giving a child a home.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Cormany, and I'm a supervisory social worker at CFSA. I have been honored to work within child welfare for 25 years, and I'm excited to be able to be a participant in this Adoption Day for 2021. As we had certainly hoped for everyone to be able to come together this year in person, we certainly are more attentive to the safety and well-being of everyone, so we're doing this again as a virtual event for everyone. So we want everyone to know that we are just as excited and thrilled to know that everybody who has been able to participate this year is able to have their forever family come together. What I wanted to say is that I definitely want to appreciate all of our families, our adoptive families, our foster families, our bio families, and the children that are impacted certainly by the outcome of being adopted and finding their forever family. With that, it comes with our social workers and our managers and our upper management and our investigators and our attorneys and our judges who all come together to be able to make this also possible. So again, it is so exciting for another Adoption Day this year in 2021, and I'm so honored and thrilled to be a participant of it. While we hope to come together in 2022, please know that we are very thrilled and very humbled by every family who's come together for the purpose of creating a forever family for our children. Thank you so much.
I see you have a picture of some of the judges here. Are most of these still here, or this is?
Well, this picture needs to be updated, but a lot of the judges are still here as full-time active judges. Otherwise, they're here as seniors. So we are happy for our senior judges because they have a lot of experience and they really help the new judges as they come along.
And what about all of these other participants in the process? I mean, we talked about guardians ad litem, and where do they come from? Are they in the court on a regular basis?
Yes, they are. In every case, for example, if it's a neglect case, there are parents' attorneys. There's the prosecuting attorney who's prosecuting the case, and there are guardian ad litems whose job is to look out for the best interest of the child and to give the court a really clean report about what makes sense for the child under all the circumstances.
I want to encourage anyone watching or listening to consider fostering or adopting a child. There are 37 children in the district for whom CFSA is seeking adoptive parents. As many have said, all kids can be a handful at times, but they're always a heart full of joy. Think about it. And if you're interested, please call the DC Child and Family Services Adoption Hotline, 202-671-LOVE. That's 202-671-LOVE. And in closing, let me wish all of you and your families, old and new, a most joyous holiday season. I've seen a lot of very happy faces in this courthouse because I'm usually here for Adoption Day.
Right.
And it's true that there are a lot of tears and laughter, and everybody seems to go away feeling really happy.
Yes, I mean, and there's typically a lot of pomp and circumstance, as you remember, and we look forward to having you every year. It wouldn't be the same without you.
Thank you.
And we know it's your birthday right around Thanksgiving time, so it's a fun time for us to say thank you to you for being so committed to the children.
Well, I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do for my birthday than to be here and watching this all happen. As we see, the kids can be, a handful.
Yes.
But I liked that you say that they can also be a heart full of joy.
Absolutely. And we want kids to have permanency. And it's so important really to their self-esteem, their self-image, and really it will cause them to be very productive in life if they know they're well supported.
Wow. Well, I'm glad to be here on such a happy day.
Thank you again. You are awesome, and we salute you for your decades of commitment to this area, and of course we hope you have a fabulous birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.